Imagine waking up one morning to find every grocery shelf empty, every delivery delayed, every comfort of modern convenience suddenly out of reach. What would you eat? Long before refrigeration or factories, our ancestors already answered that question. They relied on foods that could endure anything: storms, wars, even centuries. Some of those same foods still sit quietly in our kitchens, waiting for the moment they're needed again. Others are modern reinventions, refined by technology, but rooted in the same timeless pursuit: endurance. This isn't a story of fear, it's a reminder of wisdom. Our ancestors understood that resilience begins long before crisis arrives, and that preparation is not paranoia, but foresight. Welcome to Stellar Eureka. Today we're uncovering 20 extraordinary foods that defy time itself, ingredients so enduring they outlast empires. From the ancient to the ingenious, each one reminds us that time only wins when we forget what once kept us alive. Picture a grain so simple, so humble, that it feeds more than half of humanity every single day. White rice, when stored properly, can remain perfectly edible for more than 30 years. Its secret lies in what's been taken away: the oils that cause decay. Unlike brown rice, which still holds its nutrient-rich bran layer, white rice has been stripped down to its purest form. What remains is almost immortal starch, a molecule so stable it seems to laugh at time. Sealed in an airtight container with oxygen absorbers, kept dry and dark, each grain becomes a time capsule of calories, a compact reserve of life itself. Throughout history, rice has been more than sustenance. It has been currency, power, and peace. Japanese samurai were paid in measures of rice. Chinese dynasties rose and fell over its abundance. During World War II, a single sack could mean the difference between survival and starvation. Today, white rice remains one of the most reliable foundations of any emergency pantry, lightweight, versatile, and comforting in its familiarity when chaos reigns. Long before refrigeration, before canning, before any modern preservation method, humanity had salt. This crystalline mineral, shaped by oceans and time, carries a remarkable quality: it cannot spoil. Keep it dry, sealed from the air, and salt will outlive not just you, but generations yet unborn. Ancient civilizations understood salt's power. Roman soldiers were paid in it. Our word salary comes from that tradition. Trade routes crossed deserts and oceans for this precious commodity. Beyond flavor, salt is fundamental to human biology, to nerve function, muscle contraction, and cellular balance. In survival scenarios where fresh food vanishes, salt becomes even more vital. It preserves meat, ferments vegetables, and makes the blandest ration palatable. Without it, even the most abundant stores lose appeal and bodies suffer. Salt doesn't just season, it saves. Preservation may have begun with minerals, but endurance was built on seeds, tiny capsules of life that refuse to yield to time. Modern flour lasts only months before its oils turn rancid. But whole wheat berries, the intact grain, tell a different story. Protected by their natural hull, these seeds can remain viable for over 30 years. Inside each berry lies everything needed for new life: fiber, protein, B vitamins, iron, and complex carbohydrates. You can grind them into fresh flour, cook them like rice, or sprout them for nutritious greens even in winter. This versatility made wheat the foundation of civilization itself. From Mesopotamian ovens to modern kitchens, societies have risen on wheat's reliability. In emergency scenarios, having wheat berries means having the ability to create fresh bread, hearty porridge, or nourishing soap at will. It's food security in its purest form. Grains built endurance, but real strength came from something smaller, rounder, and packed with silent power. Few foods offer such dense nutrition for such a small price. Lentils, those small lens-shaped legumes, have fed humanity for 10,000 years. Properly stored, they last up to 30 years without losing their ability to cook. Unlike beans, lentils require no pre-soaking, saving precious time and fuel. They're packed with protein, iron, folate, and complex carbohydrates that provide sustained energy without blood sugar spikes. Combine them with rice and you create a complete protein rivaling meat. In stews, soups, curries, or salads, lentils absorb flavors beautifully, transforming simple ingredients into satisfying meals. Their lightness makes them ideal for storage, their cooking ease makes them practical, and their nutrition makes them indispensable in hard times. A bag of lentils is hope itself, sustenance hidden in plain sight. There's something deeply reassuring about a jar of peanut butter on the shelf. Dense with calories, rich in protein and healthy fats, comfort disguised as nutrition. A few tablespoons deliver nearly 200 calories, making it ideal when resources run scarce. Unopened, stored in a cool, dark place, peanut butter lasts years. No refrigeration needed, no special containers, just simple shelf storage. You can eat it straight, spread it on crackers, mix it into oatmeal, or use it as a base for sauces and smoothies. But beyond nutrition, peanut butter offers something equally important: emotional comfort. In crisis, when stress runs high and options feel limited, a familiar taste can ground you, remind you of better times, keep hope alive. That psychological boost is worth its weight in gold when everything else fails. When electricity fails and refrigeration stops, fresh meat becomes memory. But canned meats, tuna, chicken, sardines, ham, Spam, these humble tins hold protein hostage for 5 to 10 years. The canning process sterilizes contents, sealing them from bacteria, ready to eat without additional cooking. Add them to rice, pasta, or salads, eat them straight from the can, or warm them into simple, satisfying meals. During World War II, canned meat kept armies moving across continents. In natural disasters today, they remained first responder essentials. The texture may never rival fresh, but in survival, a tin of protein is treasure, strength in metal form. Military technology often finds its way to civilian preparedness. MREs, meals ready to eat, exemplify this perfectly: complete nutrition in a pouch. Each package contains an entree, sides, dessert, utensils, and even a flameless heater requiring no power. Stored properly, they last 5 to 10 years, ready at a moment's notice. No water needed, no cooking required, just open and eat. This makes them invaluable when utilities fail or evacuations demand speed. Their compact, durable packaging fits easily in cars, closets, or bug-out bags. While early versions earned mixed reviews, modern MREs offer surprisingly decent variety and taste, from pasta to curry, chicken to vegetarian options. In chaos, having a complete meal ready in minutes isn't just convenient, it's sanity-saving. Fresh milk spoils in days. Powdered milk waits patiently for decades. Dehydration removes the moisture that allows bacteria to thrive, leaving behind proteins, calcium, vitamin D, and minerals intact. Sealed in airtight containers with oxygen absorbers, it can last over 20 years. Just add water and dairy returns, perhaps not identical to fresh, but functional and nutritious. Use it in coffee, cereal, baking, sauces, or soups. It provides essential calcium for bone health, protein for tissue repair, and a touch of normalcy when fresh options vanish. In survival scenarios where refrigeration becomes an impossible luxury, powdered milk bridges the gap between deprivation and adequate nutrition. It restores a sense of normalcy when fresh supplies vanish, but some habits go deeper than nourishment. Some comforts can't begin without that first sip of alertness. In crisis, mental clarity often matters as much as physical sustenance. Instant coffee, that humble jar of freeze-dried crystals, delivers both. Properly stored, it retains potency for more than 20 years. No electricity, no coffee maker needed, just hot water and a few granules. Caffeine sharpens focus, suppresses appetite slightly when rations run low, and provides a ritual of normalcy in abnormal times. That morning cup, however simple, can lift morale immeasurably. It's lightweight, compact, and takes virtually no storage space. While not essential for biological survival, coffee's psychological impact shouldn't be underestimated. A moment of warmth and alertness when darkness presses close. After all that talk of milk and coffee, it's only fair to ask, do you take yours with sugar? Because sometimes survival needs a little sweetness too. Sugar might seem frivolous in survival planning, but ancient wisdom knows better. For centuries, sugar has preserved fruits, created jams, and made tough rations more palatable. Stored dry and sealed, it lasts indefinitely. No oxidation, no spoilage, no loss of sweetness across decades. We've explored before how this simple ingredient can preserve fruits, jams, and even flowers for years, turning fragile harvest into treasures that defy time. Beyond its preservative properties, sugar provides immediate energy. When exhaustion threatens or cold settles deep, quick carbohydrates matter. Psychologically, sweetness triggers pleasure responses in the brain, combating the depression and despair that accompany prolonged hardship. A spoonful in bitter tea, a pinch in bland porridge, transforms meals from mere sustenance into something approaching comfort, something to savor. In dark times, that small sweetness can illuminate entire days. We've seen sugar protect harvests in previous episodes, sealing freshness inside glass jars and syrup-soaked preserves. But it's not the only way humans have fought time. Now we turn to another method we've explored before, one that captures the taste of summer itself and keeps it alive for decades. When fresh produce becomes impossible, preserved fruits step forward. Freeze-dried fruits can last 25 years, retaining color, flavor, and much of their nutritional value. The process removes water but preserves structure. Lightweight, crunchy, perfect for snacking or adding to oatmeal and desserts. Canned fruits, while lasting 3 to 5 years, offer their own advantages. They contain liquid, providing hydration alongside vitamins, particularly vitamin C, essential for immune function and preventing scurvy. Their natural sugars boost mood and energy, fighting the monotony of survival rations. More than nutrition, fruits represent variety, color, brightness in otherwise beige meals, small joys that sustain the spirit. Critics dismiss instant noodles as nutritionally empty, and they're not wrong. But in emergencies, perfect nutrition takes second place to available calories. These compact blocks last up to 10 years, require only boiling water, and deliver rapid energy when time and resources are scarce. You can enhance their value by adding canned vegetables, eggs, or meat, transforming cheap noodles into more balanced meals. Their familiar taste offers comfort, a small reminder of normal life. Avoid styrofoam cup versions, they degrade faster. Stick with sealed block packages. Store them dry and they'll wait patiently for years. They're not ideal, but when hunger strikes and options dwindle, instant noodles answer reliably. Oatmeal might seem ordinary, but beneath that humble surface lies one of nature's most reliable warriors. Stored properly in airtight containers, oats remain viable for more than 30 years. They're rich in fiber that regulates digestion, crucial when diets become limited, and packed with iron, protein, and complex carbohydrates that provide long-lasting energy without crashes. In times when comfort is scarce, a bowl of hot oats delivers more than sustenance. It's warmth, familiarity, and calm the kind of quiet strength that helps you face another uncertain day. Whether cooked as porridge, mixed with dried fruits and honey, baked into bread, or stirred into soups, oats adapt to whatever's available. Their strength lies in their simplicity. Easy to store, easy to cook, endlessly useful, oats turn scarcity into stability. Simple, reliable, endlessly useful. When food becomes repetitive, when every meal tastes the same, morale suffers almost as much as the body. Bouillon cubes solve this. These compressed flavor bombs, lasting 5 to 10 years, transform plain rice, bland pasta, or simple vegetables into something approaching enjoyment. Dissolve them in hot water for instant broth, or add them directly to cooking. Chicken, beef, vegetable, they offer variety in tiny storable packages. The psychological impact of tasty food shouldn't be underestimated. Maintaining spirits becomes critical in prolonged crises. Bouillon provides that boost. Inexpensive, compact, transformative, they deserve space in every pantry. When taste lifts spirits, another humble liquid proves to be just as essential, not for flavor, but for survival itself. Few substances rival white vinegar for versatility or longevity. Its high acidity creates a world where bacteria simply cannot survive. Stored in a cool, dark place, vinegar waits indefinitely, unchanged, unspoiled, unwavering. In the kitchen, it preserves vegetables, balances flavors, and brings life to otherwise dull meals. Beyond the plate, it becomes a universal tool for survival, disinfecting surfaces, purifying containers, soothing wounds, neutralizing odors, and even replacing cleaning products when none remain. In crisis, one bottle becomes medicine, sanitizer, and sustenance enhancer all at once. Its simplicity is its genius, just acetic acid and water, yet capable of doing what countless synthetic solutions can't. Cheap, effective, and eternal, vinegar embodies the same truth that built civilizations. Preparedness doesn't need to be complicated. Every cuisine needs fat for flavor, for nutrition, for proper cooking. Vegetable oils, stored in dark bottles away from heat, last 2 to 3 years. But for true longevity, ghee reigns supreme. Clarified butter with moisture and milk solids removed can last decades when sealed properly. Ghee tolerates high heat without burning, perfect for frying and sautéing. Both fats provide essential calories, help absorb fat-soluble vitamins, and dramatically improve food taste. In survival scenarios where meals might be bland and monotonous, a tablespoon of fat transforms basic ingredients into something genuinely satisfying. Don't underestimate the power of good fats in maintaining both body and morale. Every civilization has relied on fat to endure, but some turned it into an art form. What came next transformed that same ingredient into pure, portable survival, a recipe born from necessity and perfected by time. Before energy bars lined store shelves or freeze-dried meals filled survival kits, there was pemmican, the original superfood. Created by indigenous peoples of North America, it was a masterpiece of necessity. Dried meat, pounded into powder, then mixed with rendered fat and sometimes berries. The result was dense, portable, and nearly indestructible. Properly made and stored, pemmican can last for decades without refrigeration. It fueled Arctic explorers, sustained fur traders through brutal winters, and carried warriors across thousands of miles. A single pound contained enough calories to sustain a person through a day of hard labor. Fat provided steady energy, protein rebuilt tissue. Compact, efficient, and complete, pemmican was survival perfected long before modern nutrition science existed. Even today, nothing compares. High in calories, rich in nutrients, and resistant to time. It remains a reminder that the best survival technology often comes not from laboratories, but from ancestral knowledge, simple, tested, and timeless. When archaeologists opened ancient Egyptian tombs, they made a discovery that seemed impossible: sealed jars of honey, more than 3,000 years old, still perfectly edible. Honey's immortality lies in chemistry: low moisture, high acidity, and natural enzymes that produce hydrogen peroxide. Bacteria and molds cannot live in this golden liquid. It is nature's perfect preservative. Beyond its eternal shelf life, honey is medicine in disguise. It soothes throats, heals wounds, provides fast energy, and comforts the spirit when little else can. In hard times, that sweetness becomes both fuel and morale, nourishment for body and hope alike. Even if it crystallizes with age, a little gentle warmth restores it to liquid gold. Store it in glass, keep it sealed, and honey will outlast civilizations. When the last jar of anything else has spoiled, honey will still be there, waiting to sweeten another life. Hardtack, the simplest food with the longest memory. Just flour, water, and salt, baked until every trace of moisture is gone. What emerges is almost indestructible, a cracker hard as stone and able to outlast empires. Civil War soldiers called it tooth dullers and sheet iron biscuits. Sailors survived year-long voyages on it. Properly stored, away from moisture and pests, hardtack can last for centuries. It isn't gourmet and it isn't gentle. To eat it, soldiers soaked it in coffee, stew, or water until it softened enough to chew. Yet when nothing else remained, this dry square stood between hunger and endurance. Museums still display hardtack baked in the 1800s, proof that simplicity sometimes beats sophistication. Hardtack endures because it understands a simple truth: food doesn't have to be pleasant to preserve life. When all else crumbles, this humble biscuit remains. Technically not food, but more essential than everything else combined. Water. A human can survive weeks without food, but only days without hydration. Commercially sealed bottles list expiration dates, yet those mark container degradation, not the water inside. Stored cool and dark, water remains safe indefinitely. It does far more than quench thirst. Water cooks food, rehydrates dry ingredients, cleans wounds, and sustains every system in the body. Experts recommend at least 4 liters per person daily for drinking, cooking, and minimal hygiene. Supplement stored water with purification tablets or portable filters for added security. When disaster strikes, nothing is more valuable than clean water. It's the element that turns stored food into meals and survival into possibility. In every era, from ancient wells to modern bottles, water has been the line between hardship and hope, the true foundation of endurance. We've explored 20 foods that refuse to surrender to time. Grains, salts, fats, and rations that have carried humanity through famine, war, and collapse. Each one tells a story of resilience, a quiet reminder that survival isn't an invention of the modern age, but an inheritance from the past. Which of these timeless foods surprised you most? Tell us below. I always enjoy seeing what our community is learning or storing for the future. And if you found something here worth saving, share this video with someone building their own pantry of resilience. This is Stellar Eureka, signing off.